Oh, hello there. You just caught me knitting a scarf for my husband, whom I love very much. Which brings us to the topic of today's show, love. Today, we're going to talk about some do's and don'ts for your personal relationships. I'm going to answer some letters from my viewers, and we're going to have a special interview with a very eligible bachelor. So, stay tuned, viewers, and don't forget, Bennet's got your back. Mrs. Bennet's tip for love, number 1. Have all 5 daughters out at once. If you like a thing, you should have put a ring on it. If you like a thing, you should have put a ring on it. Don't be mad what you see that he want it. If you like a thing, you should have put a ring on it. Mrs. Bennet's love advice, tip number 2. Do whatever you can to get into his house.
I'll go get Bingley.
Pemberley is so beautiful. What a beautiful sign. Oh, Mr. Darcy, I had no idea you'd be here.
Really? You didn't know I was going
No, I didn't know.
be
I
here?
had no idea.
Oh, okay then. So how are your parents?
They're good.
And
Yeah.
I expect your other family members are doing well?
Yeah, they're good.
Well, I need to go get dressed.
Mrs. Bennet's tip for love number 3. I like to call it the 3M rule. Marry men for their money. Mrs. Bennet's advice for love tip number 4. Dance sexy. Pop, 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 drop, and lock. Mrs. Bennet's tip for love number 5. The eyes have it.
When you look me in the eyes and tell me that you love me, everything's alright. When you're right here by my side, when you look me in the eyes.
Mrs. Bennet's tip for love number 6. Perfect the art of letter writing.
Wow, your handwriting is so straight. So perfect in those lines. Tell your sister I said hi.
Will you be quiet?
Are you a lady? Are you a hot lady? Are you a hot rich lady? Then you should date me. Visit datewickham.com for more information. Datewickham.com, because you know you want to.
And now it's time for Ask Mrs. Bennet, the part of the show where Mrs. Bennet, that's me, answers a letter from her faithful viewers. Our first letter is from a viewer named Fallen for, like the number, him. It reads, Dear Mrs. Bennet, I'm in love with a man who's a skydiver. How can I get him to notice me? Fallen for him. Well, fallen for him. The next time that your man goes up in his airplane, you should go up in your own airplane and follow him to the heights of the heavens. Then, when he jumps out of his plane, you jump out of your plane as well. But here's the trick. While he, as an experienced skydiver, will have a parachute, you will not, forcing him to catch you, and you'll literally fall into his arms and be married and ride off on a white stallion into the distance and live happily ever after. Thank you for writing Fallen for him. And please, let me know how it works. Our next letter is, it's from a male viewer, whose name is, I like it, but should I put a ring on it? He writes, Dear Mrs. Bennet, there is a girl who wants to marry me, but I don't know whether I want to marry her. What should I do? Well, Mr. Like it, but don't know if I should put a ring on it. You need to ask yourself 3 simple questions. 1, is she pretty? 2, is she agreeable? And 3, is she rich? If your answer is yes to any of these questions, then good Lord, marry the girl! Or you could marry one of my 5 beautiful daughters. Which brings me to a special commercial announcement. Are you a young man in need of a wife? Well, why don't you stop by Longbourn sometime and visit one of my 5 extremely marriageable daughters? Jane, Elizabeth, Mary, and the rather interchangeable Kitty and Lydia, the Bennet daughters. 'Cause if you won't marry them, who will? Available while supplies last. Side effects of marrying a Bennet daughter may include infamy, loss of family fortune, nausea, vomiting, unsightly swelling, diarrhea, cramping, headaches, and chronic silliness. Manufacturer cannot be held responsible for any negative side effects of Bennet daughters. No refunds or returns. Call 1-800-BENNET to marry your Bennet daughter today. All right, viewers, we're back, and you know what that means. It's time for our interview with our very special guest, Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy, a young man in possession of a good fortune, who is naturally in want of a wife. Let's begin our interview. Are you ready, Mr. Darcy?
Why am I here?
First question. How much do you make a year?
Well, that's my personal business. I'm not going to tell you.
Well, all right then. Question number 2. Have you heard any hot gossip lately?
No, I've been in London.
Well then, that's all right. All right. Could you please just give us some of your opinion on whether you believe it's to be proper for a man with 5 daughters to entail his estate away from all of his daughters, leaving them to be hungry on the streets after his death, and entailing the estate to a ridiculous cousin. What is your response to that?
It's not my business.
Well then, actually, we're just going to go off the record. Why must you be so disagreeable? Well, viewers, I'm sorry for that little inconvenience. But, no matter. If you will all look under your chairs, you will find my latest book club selection, The Etiquette of Love and Courtship, by yours truly, Mrs. Bennet, featuring such gems of wisdom as everyone ought carefully to guard against imprudent conduct, and beware of that unmeaning flirting. So, viewers, please take this home, and you can go to my website, www.bennet.com, to leave your responses about this book. Thank you so much for coming to your show, and I hope you'll come back soon Because remember, Bennet's got your back.
This episode of The Bennet Show brought to you by
Wickham's divorce course. When you realize you should have thought about it. I kind of went to college. Smile and encourage. Oh.
Climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up, trying to love with them, so y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, cause he's local there, but he out there. You don't have to come and confess, we're looking for you, we gon' find you, we gon' find you, so you can run and tell that, run and tell that, run and tell that, Wickham, Wickham. We got your note, you don't love paper trail, and all you are so dumb. You are really dumb, for real. Your sister got away, leaving behind evidence.
I was attacked by some soldier in the regiment.
So dumb, so dumb, so dumb, so. He's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up, trying to love with him, so y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, cause he's local there, buddy out there. You don't have to come and confess, we looking for you, we gon' find you, we gon' find you, so you can run and tell that, run and tell that, run and tell that, Wickham, Wickham.